Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see it. Now, recently, we did a video where we basically gave our thoughts on the Warriors and Stephen Curry. In that video, we discussed the fact that I thought that Stephen Curry currently right now is the best player in the NBA, right? If you watch some of the performances or the litany of performances that this guy's had this season, there's no doubt in my mind that this guy's playing the best basketball out there. It is absolutely insane. I saw the game that he had against the Clippers. He had a foul call that was a missed call. And this guy just went to like another level, and he just started he basically started doing whatever the heck he wanted to do. Stephen Curry is the only player I've seen that even when he doesn't have the ball in his hand, people are scrambling. Everybody's afraid. And the moment he has the ball in his hand, it's like he puts the entire defense in jeopardy because he can pretty much hurt you from anywhere on the court. And given the nature in which he scores, meaning with the ball in his hand and without the ball, with his ability to move without the ball like a Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, you know, this guy's, he's just a walking arsenal, right? And he goes out there and he just causes total, utter havoc on the court. So we spoke about Stephen Curry recently, but now it looks as if there's some more news that is coming out to support this entire notion that this Warriors team, man, listen, if people don't sit up and pay attention, this Warriors team may end up winning this entire thing. We recently, read a report from CBS Sports that I read this morning where they detail some more information, some more stunning information that we're going to share with you guys momentarily, which basically proves to me that, listen, this Warriors team is no joke, and everybody better put on their seatbelt because it is going to be a hell of a ride that this team is about to go on. So before we go too far, let's get into this article here and talk about some of the things that they said. Now, the article starts off with the headline, Klay Thompson's injury update, Warriors guard cleared to go 100%. It continues, Klay Thompson is getting closer and closer to return to action, which is expected to come sometime before Christmas. In the most recent update, Klay Thompson has been cleared to go 100% and started practicing with the Warriors G League affiliate in Santa Cruz. It continues, on Monday, we got some footage of Klay Thompson in action and heard from the man himself, as well as the Santa Cruz head coach, Seth Cooper. It continues, I hate to use the phrase can't wait because I love to be in the present, Thompson said, but I cannot wait. I really, really enjoy being a Warrior. The article continues on, even if it's just a few clips of the G League in practice, it's great to see Thompson back on the court. Unsurprisingly, he looked locked in right from the get-go. According to Cooper, he hasn't missed his first step on the court. He's clear for full go, so everything we said he did was at 100%. He was going. There's no holding him back. There was no pulling him back. It was just letting him go and letting him experience playing all out. He did that, and he looked really, really good doing it. I think he made his first 18 shots from the floor. Thompson, of course, has been out since Game 6 of the 2019 Finals when he tore his Achilles in the Warriors season-ending loss to the Toronto Raptors. Shortly before the start of the season last year, he tore his Achilles tendon during a workout. Now, after 2 seasons and 2+ calendar years, Thompson is finally able to play again. So this is the report coming out about Klay Thompson and the Warriors. And ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly say this. If we're being honest, this Warriors team deserves to be the most discussed team in basketball right now, if we're going to be honest about it. Right now, obviously, I know the NBA and the sports world is all about headlines and drama, and I totally understand that. But I think this Warriors team has enough drama around it in terms of like excitement with, you have Draymond Green, you have Stephen Curry. They have enough things that you can talk about to make them a major topic item on a daily basis. And unfortunately, we're not hearing enough from them. And here's what I think is going to happen. I think if media doesn't really discuss this team a little bit more, they're going to take a lot of fans out there by surprise, right? I think the media, what they need to do is burst the bubble of some fan bases out there. Ladies and gentlemen, even though I'm supporting the Clippers, I know a lot of the people on the channel support maybe the Chicago Bulls, the Nets, the Lakers, whoever it is you support. This is the team that you're going to need to beat to win the NBA championship. This team right here is the team, your team, whatever team you're supporting is going to need to face in order to win the NBA championship. Let me give you some of their team stats in case some of you missed it or some of you have forgotten about it. Currently, right now, they have the #1 offense in the NBA. They're the highest scoring team in the league, right? And they're doing that without Klay Thompson. Just ponder on that for a second. They're also the #1 rated defensive team in the NBA without Klay Thompson, who's an all-NBA defender. Think about that. They're also leading the NBA in assists per game as a team, which means they're the best passing team. And I think it's obvious that that's one of the reasons their offense is so potent, right? Passing teams are very, very hard to stop from scoring because they move the ball very well. And if they have players that are always moving, it's very hard to really, set your defense on a team unless you decide to go to play a zone or box someone, whatever it is, right? Then they're also the #1 team in steals. I mean, these are astonishing. These are key stats that they're leading in. They're the #2 team in field goal shooting percentage, and they're the #4 team in three-point shooting percentage. And oh, by the way, did I mention that they're doing all of this without Klay Thompson? We recently did a video a few days ago, maybe a week ago, where Klay Thompson in a press conference, even he seemed to be in utter awe of his own team. He's like, I want you guys just to think about how good this team is. And he's like, and I'm not even playing. He goes, think about it. No, seriously, just think about it. This is what's happening with this team, right? I'm not a Warriors fan. I am not a Warriors fan whatsoever, but I am coming to terms with the reality that this team is going to be very hard to beat. And listen, I think the NBA should start, sports media companies should start covering them because they have a big enough fan base. I think they won 3 championships in the last 10 years. So it's not like as if we're talking about a team that won a championship 25, 30 years ago or won 1 championship in the last 30 years. This team, I think they've been to what? 5 NBA finals and won 3 championships. So they have a huge fan base, right? We should talk about them a little more because listen, I don't want a lot of people out there to be caught off guard. I don't want a lot of people looking in the playoffs, looking at April and looking at May and like, wow, I didn't know the Warriors were this good. Well, you should have known, right? Because I think they're only going to get better with the return of Klay Thompson. Now, obviously, some people may be wondering, is he going to be at 100%? Well, they already have the #1 team in the NBA right now, as far as record-wise. So if you add them to the team, I don't see how you can hurt their chances. And in my opinion, if the Warriors do end up ultimately making it to the NBA Finals, I think the only team out there in the Eastern Conference that can beat them is the Brooklyn Nets if Kyrie Irving comes back. If Kyrie Irving comes back, then game on. Then we're going to really have an interesting NBA Finals because if you have Kyrie, who plays very, very well against Steph Curry, you all saw him in the finals against him, then you're going to have a series. But if Kyrie Irving is not coming back and you think Kevin Durant and James Harden, who looks like another person right now, is supposed to be able to compete with this team, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, maybe the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have something to say about it because usually the Milwaukee Bucks usually get better later on in the season is pretty much what they did last season. But for now, man, if Kyrie doesn't come back and this team gets to the finals, I think Stephen Curry will be capturing his 4th championship. I think that is exactly what is going to happen. And one of the people that's been really saying that is Stephen A. Smith, and I think is 100% correct. So what I want to know from you guys is, #1, what do you think about this news about Klay Thompson looking like he's going to be back before Christmas, looking like, he's hitting his first 18 shots in practice. Like, what are your thoughts about this team? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.